Are your students prepared for your courses? Do they learn at different pace? Are there inconsistencies between your homework and your tests? McGraw-Hill ALEKS successfully addresses these core challenges and many more. Welcome to the program, Math Success for All, sponsored by McGraw-Hill ALEKS and the Nest Institute. The erosion of basic math hinders students' progress. Math literacy is essential for every child's future. You need math to understand your paycheck, overtime increase, compare loans, budget groceries, calculate the correct change, calculate sale prices on your clocks, your car rebates, estimate travel time, understanding sports statistics. Math, there is an urgent need to develop a technologically capable workforce that can compete in the global economy. And indeed, today we're here to celebrate those persons who have embraced an opportunity to make themselves better. And you look so wonderful out there. Give yourselves a round of applause. And it's okay to tell that person that's sitting right next to you, you're beautiful and you're handsome. You could share that right now. Well, nobody said it to me, so what does that mean? And you're beautiful. Okay, okay. And so today, the Nest Institute partners with the Ministry of Education as well as Jones Communication to give an opportunity for more students to be empowered in mathematics. And hence, I ask the question, our changing workforce will mean that new workers would need sharper skills in science, math, engineering, and technology. Businesses are begging for skilled technical positions. Implementations, if you can't find Bahamians, the implications are, if there are no Bahamians to do the job, then you help me. Then foreigners must be brought in to do the skilled job. And so McGraw-Hill ALEKS, Nest Bahamas Institute, Ministry of Education is on the move to make and to improve and to increase opportunities for our young people, the leaders of tomorrow, to take charge, to take over your Bahamas. Just touch somebody and say, take over your Bahamas. They ain't even hear what you say. Now do it. I'm going to improve to take over my Bahamas. You help me. Oh gosh, you sound scared. You sound scared. I need somebody with a little attitude and a little volume in there to convince me that they are going to commit to improving themselves to take over my Bahamas. Do it one more time. Let me say. I am going to improve to take over my Bahamas. Oh, beautiful. I'm telling you, that's what I'm talking about. Well, let me introduce. I'm going to ask my guests to introduce themselves, starting from my right, my far right, and coming over.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Glendon Powell, and I'm the English-speaking rep for McGraw-Hill in the Caribbean.
Good morning. My name is Donry Bain. I'm one of the mathematics teachers at Temple Christian High School.
Pleasant good morning. Stephen McPhee, principal of L.W. Young Junior High School.
Morning. Michael O'Brien, and one of the representatives for ALEKS here in the Bahamas, Nest Institute.
Awesome. And my name is Archeline O'Brien, CEO of Nest Bahamas. And so I'm going to ask the panel a question, and we're going to have just a little discussion here before we plunge into some other stats that we need to get into. The question is, there is a growing demand for mathematical intelligent graduates. How are we, or how do you think we can address this problem? And I have a principal. Did you say you're a principal from LW Young?
Yeah, only on days that end with Y. The other days I have a part-time job.
So we're going to ask the principal from one of the junior schools, LW Young, to tell us about the math challenges at the school.
Well, at LW Young, I can tell you over the past 4 or 5 years, we've been seeing a pretty good increase in terms of students' performance on the national examination, the BJC level. However, I can tell you this year, after looking at some of the stats of the students coming in from the primary feeder schools, there's serious concern as it relates to the students coming in with the prerequisite skills that they need in order to follow the 9-year program to complete and be successful at the BJC level in mathematics. And so I know, from year to year, we would find that sometimes the teachers would say, oh, we got a good crop this year. Sometimes they would say, well, we got a more challenging crop this year. But I know, one of the things that we have noticed already off the bat is we have to put in a massive amount of work now to get our students up to par in the next 3 years with the incoming 7th graders so that they could be successful. And in addition, as you would know, the Ministry of Education, along with the 2030 goals, seeking to provide equitable and access to free education for all, seek to now achieve this national goal of improving the high school diploma rate from 50% to 85%, and so it all falls in line with math is one of the core subjects that the students must acquire. And so there's a massive push to try and seek to address that massive concern of having students up to par.
Good. Let me hear from you, Lady Bain, because you're a math instructor, and then I'm going to hear from our COO from Ness Institute, and he is going to tell us how the math challenges of the importance of that same math in our daily work environment. Go ahead. Lady Bain, tell us about the challenges that our students, and I think nationally, is facing with math. What's your comments?
Okay, at Temple Christian, we too find at the 7th grade level, we have a challenge with the basic skills. And as they move up, there's an improvement with their display of how they represent their work and how they perform on the BJC level. We also find that there's a slight problem with analytical and critical thinking, so we need to develop that a little bit more so they can interpret the questions on the BJC so that they can answer them correctly.
Awesome. Mr. O'Brien, tell me about how important that is in the work environment.
Well, mathematics is everywhere. Everything, every facet of our lives, doesn't matter what job you have, you need to know at least the core, the base value of mathematics. We know that in the work environment, we tend to stray away from that. And even our adults, they will tell you they don't like math. But this program, ALEKS, I know speaking with Mr. Powell earlier, really ALEKS is to math what Word is to compose on an email, drafting an important document, a spell check. We just write in a document, and the Word program simplifies it for us and gives us options. That's what ALEKS is to math. It adapts an artificial intelligence. I know that the millennials know what that is. It grows with you. It adapts with you. It gives you everything you need to proceed, and it corrects you along the way, along with giving you nice chairs. You have your own private cheerleader. Great job, well done, continue on, you're doing well. So this is something that is trending, and we must really join forces if we want to, I would say it bluntly, save our country. I would have to say that in this environment.
Awesome. And so what we're saying, and Powell, I'm going to invite you in this discussion because now we're going to talk about possible solutions to the issues that we have. And without question, what we're saying is everybody's sentiment is pretty much we are falling behind as a people in math and sciences. We are falling behind, and if we do not do drastic or take drastic measures to invest, it may be too late if we don't act. The necessity or the need to act deliberately, intentionally, and quickly in this era will determine whether or not our students are going to compete on a global scale. And the fact is, the Bahamas is just not for Bahamians. The internet has opened the floodgates, as somebody said, which means you are not only competing with somebody in Andros and in Grand Bahama and another person at QC or SAC. You're now competing with somebody from China, somebody from India, somebody from Europe, persons from the United States. Because if the skills are not available here, then it means it has to come from somewhere. And so we're going to be, if we don't do something quickly, we're going to be in our own country functioning as, hallelujah, the devil is a liar, yeah? Hello, we are going to take responsibility, calculated actions for the decisions that we're going to make it better in the Bahamas. And so McGraw Hill ALEKS, and so you know once I say McGraw Hill ALEKS, you know what's coming next, right? So McGraw Hill ALEKS, I'm going to invite Powell, Mr. Powell, Glendon Powell, and as he introduced himself from the Caribbean rep from McGraw Hill, the English-speaking Caribbean, to tell us why is ALEKS so important in this time, in this hour, in this place, in the Bahamas, right now, right here at Jones Communication. Talk to us.
Good morning again. This is really an exciting time in our lives. We see technology everywhere you go. Now you can do far more with technology. You have a phone, you can talk to someone, as you said, in China. But have you ever, and as a matter of fact, even before you send a text message, sometimes it can even predict what you're going to say. There are so many analytics that are taking place behind the scenes. Many of you use, for example, Facebook. Have you ever checked behind Facebook? How is it that Facebook knows that you were searching for a school or a shoes? Why is it that it is there? What are the analytics that's going behind it? What we are seeing now is that now math is not just a thing that we have to do. It's not just a thing. It's something that we have to do. And technology is doing some amazing things. And long gone are days when Caribbean people like myself had to sit down and wait until it is already old in the United States and then we get the what left or whatever the case may be. Now we are at a time where technology is now accessible to every single one of us.
Yes.
And until, for example, we grab a hold of technology and improve our knowledge, then we will not be able to compete with the big guys outside of our country. Now, math is an essential part of everything we do. As a matter of fact, no matter where you go in the world, there are two things that you must have. You must have math, you must have English. There's no going around it. As a matter of fact, if you go around it, I can tell you what's going to happen. You're not going to get that great job. But the thing is, everyone seems to have a problem with math. Everyone seems like it's the hardest thing to do. You hear all the negative comments about maths every day. It's hard, it's this, it's that. You go into class, I don't know what to do. But hear what? I'm excited about ALEKS. Because now, you know what, I'm here, I'm sitting down, I'm looking at all your students, and not even, no two students look the same way. You're all unique. And that is something that is beautiful. And ALEKS appreciate the fact that you're unique. So instead of having one thing, one shoes to fit all, what we're trying to do is to ensure that we have a customized solution for every single student that is sitting before me. This means, therefore, that you will learn and you will master maths. There are times when people always say, hey, maths is only for geniuses. Every single one of you are geniuses. And thanks to ALEKS and NEST Institute, we can now have a world-renowned product right here in the Bahamas that will improve significantly the maths grades as well as the performance in your major exams for the nation. 40%. Lecturers all over the world have experienced 40% increase in pass rate just by using this product. Students are saying maths is fun again. Did you used it? Was it fun for you guys? Come on, you don't sound...
Very, very fun. Very, very fun. Don't worry, we can put them to the mic first. They can tell us in a couple minutes what that very, very, very fun is.
And guess...
Yeah, they're just waiting to get to the mic. Don't worry, you can get there in a
And
couple
guess what?
minutes.
You guys right now, right here, are pioneers for your country. The onus now is on you guys as well to ensure that you let the message out so that other persons coming after you will understand that, hear what, there is a solution. We can do better, and we will do better with ALEKS.
Awesome. I think, I get excited. I get excited, and you have to forgive me, right? You all know I always get excited, right? I get very excited because you're going to be my poster class for Nest, Bahamas, and McGraw Hill, ALEKS. That's going to be my poster child, my poster for the primary. Let me tell you, Daddy. That's the poster child for the ALEKS for the primary school, and that's going to be the poster group for Nest, Bahamas, and ALEKS for the Bahamas. Because let me tell you, there is, I remember in 2016, let me give you a little quick history. In 2016, I would say faith just dropped ALEKS. It just was there. And being a math instructor for many, many years, I'm not going to tell you how long, don't ask me, for a couple years, I realized I taught at S.C. McPherson, I taught at C.C. Sweeting Senior, I taught at C.R. Walker, and then I taught at the tertiary level. And I realized that when I found the product, it was, where have you been all my life? It's like there's a scripture, you help me, Deacon. There's a scripture in the Bible that says when the man found the treasure, what did he do? Sold all that he had and came back and purchased it. Why? Because the value of it was phenomenal. It's like, where have you been? It's a teacher in a can. It's that angel. And so when I called Powell and I was trying to figure out how do I find him, I went all around to find him. And when I found him, I screamed. I said, ah! He said, that was June. And I said, okay, I go back to school in September. Can you come? He said, let me see if I can make some arrangements. You can't come? Okay, and September went, and he was like, you're not here yet? I said, okay, you don't need to come. I'm going to carry on. I'm going to carry on, and we took off with it, and the success rate is phenomenal. Persons go in, and I was looking at your stats, and I'm going to talk about it. I'm not going to call your names. I looked at Temple Christian, and I was so proud of them because I remembered several trips I made to your principal. I call him President Cunningham. To your principal, and I said, sir, an opportunity to, can I let you try it? And when I introduced myself, he said, well, who's O'Brien? I was sitting out front, he was like, who's O'Brien? So, where's she from? And then he said, well, and then I finally said, I'm the lady who did character counts. He said, okay, next time introduce yourself as the lady who does character counts. Nobody knows who's Miss O'Brien. And so we had a relationship, and he was like, okay, try it. And then we did something with the teachers. Oh, my beloved Bain and Unco. Better get it right. Oh, gosh. Lady Unca, we sat in there and we had some session, and it was phenomenal. They're going to tell us about it. We were like, oh, gosh. Oh. We spent about 2 hours. Am I telling the truth? We were supposed to take 1 hour. We were supposed to have taken 1 hour session. And the president left. And when he came back, he said, you're still here. And then he bought lunch. And lunch just sat there because the adults didn't move. He says, okay, you all need to shut down now. But we realized something, that it's a treasure. McGraw Hill ALEKS is in the Bahamas. It is here. It is here for you. It is here for your sister, your brother, your cousin at another school, your friend, your church friend. You have to say to them, listen, yes, there are pockets of excellence. Yes, there are certain schools that persons are breaking down to get in, but everybody can't get there. So what needs to happen is we have brought ALEKS, assessment, A for assessment, learning, unlearning in knowledge space. That's the artificial intelligence, and as the COO for NEST Institute, Mr. O'Brien said, the more you do it, the better it gets. The more you do it, the better it works. And so the more effort you put into it, you discover you get a greater result. A couple other things about ALEKS that I really fell in love with, and I think Bain fell in love with it too. Bain, what's your favorite part about it?
The way that it allowed me to view the students while they were working on the program at the same time.
Live in time. And I'm going to ask one of my students from Temple Christian, and you could take the first one and sit right in that chair over there. And I want you to tell me, what was your favorite part of it? Go right ahead, sit right in that chair and speak in that mic. Tell us your name.
Karajaya Forbes.
And tell us, what was your favorite part about the program?
My favorite part of, well, I had a lot of favorite parts, but if I said that I name all of them, we would go on for
Okay,
hours.
give us three. Give us three, and then we can come back to you.
The activities that were there, it would not allow you to fail because they had like they said, their own certificate saying you can do better or continue to try it, keep it up. There's always this little note that was saying you could do it, continuing to push on. And I also like how you was in your own personal corner. Nobody else was around you saying, what are you doing? You could have done it at home or at school once you had a laptop and Wi-Fi. That was also very fantastic. And then the colors, you could have customized it the own way. It was not only gray and like how it normally is be, it was very colorful. And so it was the colors, the many encouraging words that was there, and also the personalization of the app or the program of each student.
Oh, super fantastic! Absolutely awesome, awesome. You know I'm gonna cry. You know I need my primary school poster child to tell me your favorite part. Go right in that mic and tell me your favorite part about the program. Tell us your name first. Tell us your name first.
Quaid McPhee.
Quaid McPhee. Awesome. What was your favorite part about it?
I have several favorite parts too.
Okay, pick two. Pick two of them and tell us. Pick the first one that comes to your head.
how it would show me, how it would tell me what I did wrong, and it would correct me, and it would help me learn it. So when it came back, I could just ace it.
Oh my gosh, so when it came back, so how, did it come back? You saw it again?
Yes.
And what happened when it came back?
I just wrecked it.
You wrecked it! Listen, okay, we need to record that because that needs to go viral. We just wrecked Alex. He just wrecked it. Tell us the other piece, because you had one other thing you wanted to tell us.
I just loved when it would encourage me. Yeah. It would encourage me to keep trying and always just go on.
Just go on. How often did you go on it?
Almost every day.
Almost every day. Okay, did you stay on it long? Like how long?
Yes, ma'am. For a year, more than a year.
Good, good. Did it make you better? Tell me. Are you the wrecker in your math class now?
Yes. we used to have, in grade 5 we have mental math. We do some days. And before they make a noise, I already say the answer.
The math wrecker. Wow, that is absolutely awesome. Awesome. Give him another round of applause. We can pull you back there because we want to hear that. That is super good. You wanted to tell me one more thing before you left. Go ahead, say it to me. Oh, okay. So he's going to come back. We definitely got to get him back, live and in color. Good? Awesome. That's Mommy. Mommy, you might as well sit right in the chair. Let's catch Mommy. Let Mommy talk. And the beauty about ALEKS is not only the student get the pleasure, the parents can actually tune in live at work and see exactly what the student is doing or what your child is doing, how they are progressing. And it's absolutely something that has never happened before. You know how y'all do when before ALEKS came, right? You know what? If somebody asks you about homework, what you say? You don't have none, right? I'm a student. Students don't ever have homework. Is that true? Yeah, no. Hey, I say to my daughters, do you have homework? Yes. Yeah, okay. But you normally hear, when you ask students, I'd have none. Don't let it be a night that you have a favorite movie that you want to do something with. Oh, yeah. No, ain't no homework. No, there's no homework tonight. Yeah. And what the parents say, they have to go with it because they don't have any options. Yes? And so, as a parent, lady, and I'll call your name, tell us your name in the mic, and then tell us the satisfaction that as a parent you get from watching your son wreck math.
Well, I'm Plachette McPhee, by the way. I'm also an educator. 29 years I've been in the field. And so for me, ALEKS was and is heaven sent. Why I say that is because educators can be rather busy, especially if you're in educational management. And so ALEKS, was like the help. And also, I recognized early that Quaid is a STEM child. Being an educator, I've watched all of my children and I nurture them according to their gifts, their God-given gifts. And I can tell, I was able to tell from very early that he liked technology, he was strong in math, science, that kind of thing, good with his hands. And so, I wasn't reluctant in engaging ALEKS in terms of making sure that he is a part of the program because I knew that it would have helped. And further to that, I work in an institution where we use ALEKS, and I've heard about the statistics in terms of our students doing very well. And so if it worked for them, I would want to bring it home for my child, and I did. And I can tell you, after about a month, Quaid came home in the 4th grade, and he said, "Mommy, I got like 5 A's in math." they were quizzed on certain topics.
Yeah, that's a round of applause.
Yeah. They were quizzed on certain topics, and he was bringing home A's in the area of math. In addition to that, I've recognized, too, that his level of thinking has changed. I often take him to school in the morning, and we have that's me and Mommy and Quaid's time. And he asked me the other day, Mommy, what's a quarter of a quarter? Now, I do not like math, right? And I was like, where did that boy get that from? You know, I had to go to Google to find the answer. You know, but his level of questioning, and he would just throw out math questions at me. And I'm excited about that, you know, because I understand as an educator where the world is going in terms of advancement, you know, technology and STEM. And so I would want to make sure that my child gained that leverage to make sure that he's okay, you know, growing up as an adult and being a productive citizen in our country. And so I was not reluctant at all to make sure that he gets his subscription and spend time on ALEKS, because I don't have to deal with math when I go home. I have a help.
You have a help.
Yes.
I want you to say something to parents, because just the other day I had a conversation with the CEO of JCN Jones, and he said he was passionate about parents' involvement in their child's life. And it makes sense that, yes, parents need to play an active role in their child's life, but help is good.
Yes, yes. But I can tell you, I've worked for several years in the Ministry of Education schools, several years. And I can tell you, the only students that achieve and achieve success are those with parents, you know, support. You know, there's a saying that behind a child is a caring adult. It's a must. We have no other choice in this day and age. You spoke about it earlier in terms of the barriers and the walls coming down. If there's a job posted on the Atlantis' website, and I want to apply, what keeps a man or a woman in New Zealand from applying for that same job? And so the competition is not just in your classroom, on your island, in the Bahamas, but it's global competition now. And the onus is on parents to make sure that your child is positioned, you know, to become successful. And the only way you can do that if you support them. And I don't mean by buying things. I mean by, you know, the support, the cheerleader, you know, giving them what they need, the nurturing, recognizing the skills that your child was born with, because that's a tenet of mine. Each of my children were born with skills, and I recognized them early, and I decided as a parent to nurture them.
Awesome. So parents, yeah, that's a round of applause there. So parents, you need help, yes, and we speak to those. And so what we're saying is, yes, you're going to choose education over entertainment. So if the shoe costs $150, $60, the originals with the O on sale, help us, Lord. So what we're saying is, if you are prepared to do that kind of an investment,
Yes.
in the present, then we're asking you to do a greater investment in your child's
Yes,
life
yes.
in terms of
That's important.
education.
It's critical as a matter
It
of
is
fact.
critical, and guess what? We're busy. Okay, so if you're busy, then I came here to bring you help. ALEKS comes in the form of help.
Yes.
So embrace the help. I think that is awesome. Give them another round of applause. And thank you very much. We're going to get you back here. And to support what you said, and I'm going to ask Mr. O'Brien, remember there was a few months ago, there were two persons that traveled from the other side of the world who came over here to be security, or who was in transit. They traveled, you remember the details of it?
Yeah.
They came from, was it Japan?
No, India.
They came from India
To go to Turk's Island to be security guards.
to go to Turk's Island to be security guards. India, on the other side of the world, which means that's your competition. And if they could go to Turks to be security officers, certainly persons from India will come to the Bahamas to be engineers and to be electricians and to be expert carpenters and all the other skilled and technical areas that we had the lady from Dr. Claire from LGM the other day said there was 181 persons that applied to do the maritime program, and only 41, I think, that accepted. Why? They were weak in mathematics. Ladies and gentlemen, parent, everyone that is under the sound of our voice, know that at all the tertiary level educations in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, you need math, and you need English, and you need a science. You're not going to make it in without math. And so the investment now will pay later. Dividends later. Okay, I'm going to name some things, and I want you to pay attention. I'm going to give you 12 quick facts about ALEKS. ALEKS is a powerful artificial intelligence that interacts like a human tutor, automated tutor that tests, teaches, and tracks students' performance in math. Number 2, it's flexible. It has a flexible curriculum that aligns with our syllabus, both BJC and BGCSE. Let me ask my persons from Temple. Yes? Did you realize that the topics that you were doing in class, the topics were on ALEKS as well for the support? Okay. And so it's designed an individual learning part. It gives, and Bain said this, her favorite part was, the reports, the automated report that it gives, it's 100% mobile. It's simple implementation and setup. It builds learning momentum. Somebody said that earlier. You get excited because you go, yes, go on. It builds momentum for students, and as a result, success increases. And let me just read this for the record. 30 years of research. This ain't just come around. So it's not like you're invested as parents. You're investing in something that doesn't work. It is scientifically proven. It works. It's researched. And let me go back. It's 30 years of research-based assessment and learning in knowledge space theory from New York University and the University of California. The knowledge space theory is set forth authoritatively in learning spaces by, what's his name? Jean-Paul, I don't speak French, so that's Jean. And you got it? Okay, you got it. And Jean-Claude Flamen. So research-based from these persons and years of measuring. Millions powerware in all sorts of places, All over. That's why when I saw it, I couldn't believe it wasn't in the Bahamas. It was everywhere else. And then when I looked at it, it was in the United States, it was in Mexico, it was Latin America, Canada, Asia, Europe, Africa, India, Australia, Dubai. I'm like, so what happened to the Bahamas? And let me tell you, if ALEKS is this good, and those countries who pay so much focus on education anyway is using it, then that means how far we can fall behind. We can fall out the race. If we don't do something, we can fall out the race. Because first of all, a lot of them are already ahead of us technology-wise. Right. Yes? So help us, Mr. Principal. If we don't act, what's going to happen?
Well, I can tell you too, and one of the things I want to be clear on, because I think both myself and my colleague, we made a comment about the students coming into grade 7, and I don't want it to be misunderstood that it was the result or problem or challenge because of the lack of support or ability or resources being provided for children in primary school. because our colleagues, our teaching colleagues who work in the primary schools, I can tell you, they are doing an awesome job. But as you would know too, and as we talk about how the technology is expanding the world, just to go further, as you know, one of the mandates now by the United Nations, the 2030 goal, you let out a lot, you hear me keep referring to it, is the pre-primary education. What we're finding is we're not actually even falling behind, to be honest with you. We ain't start.
Say that again.
We're not
That's
falling
serious,
behind.
Joe.
As a
Say
matter of
that
fact,
again.
we're catching
no,
up.
That's real.
Honestly, we're catching up because everywhere else in the world, if you've been listening to the stats lately, when you had a minister of education and you had the persons relay and share with you the stats about pre-primary education, these are students from the ages of 2 to 5. It has been recognized by the United Nations, and that's every country in the world, that a big challenge exists in the area of math, numeracy, and literacy because the children are exposed to the prereq that they need for grade 1 a bit too late. And so now, you know, in the Bahamas, I can tell you 1,000 students now, 1,000 pre-primary students ages 3 to 5 have been enrolled into the government education system for parents who cannot afford it. Because what the teachers are saying at grade 1 is, the child came in grade 1 and don't even recognize colors, letters, the rest of it. So I want to be fair and honest to my colleagues in the primary school and say, when you see us make the comment, and I'm sure my sister share the same, that we say what we see with the students coming into grade 7, the challenge, it is no lack of effort from our colleagues in the primary school, but more so our whole system, and not just in the Bahamas, not just in the Caribbean, but the United Nations is saying worldwide, we need children at ages 3 engaged in active formal learning education. And so I can tell you, I'm excited about ALEKS. As you can see, if I'm going to invest in it for my son, definitely my students, they're deserving of the same. And I'm going to make a call and shout out now, if I may,
shout
to
out.
corporate Bahamas. Because
Shout
I can
out.
tell you the school that I'm at, some of my students, and a large number of them, have serious financial constraints. And so I'm making a call out now to every MP, every community business out there, center out there. You know, we need you to be a part of this. And all we're asking is, we're asking the parents to present their presence, be there. We need the community to present the presents, the gifts,
The gifts.
for the children, where the parents are present but can't present the gifts. The cost of it, I can tell you, it is absolutely nothing compared to the benefits of it. And so I'm saying it is there, it's available. I can assure you, we've invested at LW Young in the infrastructure. You see, I brought my tech guy here. He is only waiting for the go-ahead, and we have the capacity by way of a network system that we put in about 3 years ago, where we could provide ALEKS to every single child in our school with the use of a device. I heard BTC, I heard my employer, my boss, and BTC signing off on this new 1,000. Well, we want about probably 400 at LW Young. We have the infrastructure, we got ALEKS waiting, and we ready to
ALEKS in
blast
the wing.
off. I think young Quaid McPhee said, at
We are
LW
ready.
Young, we getting ready to wreck it.
You, Mr. O'Brien, we're talking about corporate. Let's talk to corporate.
With the initiative, just pulling off from my colleague, we know there's a restraint here in the country. The cost of it is less than $2 a week. It's pennies. It's ashtray money. You got change in your car. We need the support to take this nationwide from corporate Bahamas. You know, alumni, community services, churches, get involved, contact us. We are willing to do as much as we can to try to bring this to every home here in the country. And that might sound far-fetched, but you have to reach for the universe and drop on the stars. So The goal for that is that community service can be the resource that persons who don't have those technology in their home, the churches, that they can put something together in their communities to assist our youth and our future, because they are our future. That's it. They are our future. So if we don't take care of our future now, when we become at that age that we have to step aside, the Bahamas will be handed over to non-Bahamians. I like to be straight up. That's exactly what's the trend we're heading at, and we see it now in the hospitality industry. We see it now in the banking sector, the private bank. We see it. It's here. It's already here. It's in teaching.
Yes.
Even in teaching.
Yes. Yes.
It's not something to think about. To look right now as it is, but I'm talking now 20 years down the line. What are we handing down to our kids? All right, mathematics. If you learn nothing else in school, mathematics and English are the core-based subjects you must have. And once you master those two core-based subjects, everything has fallen in line. How could we punish our child for not being well, or say they didn't bring him a good grade in religious knowledge, or history, or social studies, because they can't comprehend, because they don't have the basic English. I mean, they tie in. You're not a good accountant. Why? I don't know math, so I cannot gonna get accounting. I cannot be a mathematician if I don't have the basic math. So those two core subjects are paramount in the child's education. So definitely mathematics is the ALEKS. We have to jump on board now. The world is there. You said that we are not lacking behind. Lacking behind means we're on par,
you're
or we
in the
dropped.
race.
We ain't start.
We ain't start yet.
We are not start yet. And,
Wow.
and technology is the way of the future. That's it. This is not 20, 30, 40 years ago. Them days are gone. They're not coming back.
No.
We are moving forward. They are not coming back.
they're not
Let's
coming
get
back.
away from it. They are not coming back. We're moving forward. And this is one of the tools, the resource that we have that is beneficial to all of us. And I think we have to partner with as much people as we can to bring it to our children. And let's not always rely on government. You know, we have to take a united effort and try to merge our resources and make it happen.
Awesome.
All right?
Awesome, awesome. And I want to ask a student, I want to ask a question. I want somebody to stand and come right to me. One of my students, any of the students in the audience. Come right up here. I want to ask you a question. If you give me the answer, I want to give you something. You don't reach in. You know what the question is? That's all right. That's what we do. We take charge. Yes? Okay. Tell me your name right in the mic there. Okay, turn around so the camera can see you.
My name is Justin Sands.
Justin Sands. Justin, name me any one thing. I list some things that ALEKS does. Yeah? I just list a whole lot of things just now that ALEKS does. You remember any one of them? Any one of the things that ALEKS does?
It makes math more fun and more interactive for children who have like a problem in math. It makes it easier for them to comprehend.
Awesome. Okay, I had one. Awesome. You get a bike. Where my rec? Come, rec. There you go. Remember, McGraw Hill is a product. That's my rec. Thank you. One more. I have one more for you. Come. Awesome. Now, let me tell you something else. And we're going to talk some interviews now. We want to talk about your experience in ALEKS. One of the things that we're going to eliminate, and ALEKS is trying to eliminate, is the pockets of excellence. What do I mean by pockets of excellence? You pick schools to send your child to. Why? Results. Don't care what they tell you. Why do you have somebody teaching at a particular school and don't want their child there? I'm talking. I love my people. I love my educators. There's none like us. Yeah. But why you gonna send them? Okay, let me talk English. I can't even talk English after that, right? But the reality is you want results. And you want the best results for your child. So you're going to pick the best option in your budget. And sometimes you make extreme sacrifices because, and so what I'm trying to say to you, and I have two daughters. One had, they both did 9, 10 BJCs. One got 5 A's and 4 B's, and the other one got 8 A's and 2 B's. But it's not the pocket. Everybody can't go to that school and everybody can't use, but they're on ALEKS.
Yep.
So what I'm saying, it doesn't matter what school your child attends. It doesn't make a difference because ALEKS, you could wreck ALEKS at any school.
That is a slogan. I want to share.
That's it. I know,
Wrecking it with
wrecking.
ALEKS.
Listen, guess what? Coming out by Friday, next week for sure, we'll launch Wrecking ALEKS. So the next t-shirt you can see is Wrecking ALEKS. Help me. What we call it? We Wrecking ALEKS. Oh, we gone.
Mr. O'Brien, there's another point I know that, if I may, I want to
Yes.
plug in. It's even greater
Mike.
benefit. It's even a greater benefit rather than just the grade, the BGCSE, the BJC. And I don't know how much people understand, and if you do some research, I'm certain you will find, and enough out there to prove it. But for one of you who are going to university in short, do this research. Look at the relationship between problem solving and conflict resolution. Math is strictly problem solving, like the
Yes.
science, it's problem solving. Look at that relationship as it relates to conflict resolution. I can assure you, at my school I got 17 A's. We got 17 A's in last year's Math BJC exam, 17 A's. No, your eyes ain't gonna pop open yet. It can pop open when I say this. The majority of those A's came from who? Male or female audience?
Female.
No, they came from males. In L.W. Young Junior High School, Camp Road, Fox Hill, Elizabeth Estate, Nassau Village, Marathon, Joe Farrington Road. 17 A's on the Math BJC examination, and 9 of those A's came from young men from
Whoa.
those inner cities.
Whoa. Whoa.
I'm saying that to say this. Look now at what the expectation is before you know that. Well, these boys are fighting all day, they're doing this and that. Come to L.W. Young on any given day. As a matter of fact, I could show you now on the camera, we should be in break or so. And you would not see the children running around and doing. There is a good connect between children who are able to use ALEKS and solve problem, and those children take that same sort of problem resolution skills for math out there and learn to resolve a conflict when someone pushes or hits them. And so I am now going to charge one of you who are going to fall in the next line. C.R. Walker, Temple Christian. Well, I'm going to give Oaksfield, Eva Hilton a while because he has some time. In the next 4 to 5 years, you guys, some of you will be engaged in higher learning. Make that your research. Look at math problem solving skills and the connect with conflict resolution.
Awesome. I want to hear, now I want you to talk to me. Because, and I'm going to say this story. I want any of the 2 persons from C.R. Walker, or both of the persons from C.R. Walker, go to the mic for me and tell me about your experience with ALEKS. Come this way. Go ahead. Because what we have to realize, and I tell Patricia New, I come to you right now. I'm going to tell you the story, and the person who fits this story is going to come and talk. I know he told me he don't like to talk, but listen. When you are performing below average in school, all of your math classes, you getting D's and F's. And then you get on ALEKS, and you get a B in the BJC. And then the question is asked, how you get B? And your answer is ALEKS. Wrecking ALEKS. So tell me how you wreck ALEKS. Tell us your name.
Valencia Hepburn.
And tell us about your experience on ALEKS.
Okay, backstory. I I absolutely hate mathematics on the whole. Like, everything about mathematics is horrible on the whole. In primary school, none of my teachers could get me to do it sucks. And high school, it's kind of a struggle now, but my mom, you was like, you should really do ALEKS. And I was like, huh? What's that? And then I did it. At a while, I wasn't like really serious about it because I was like, this can't work because I don't do math. It does not work. You can't fix me. I'm broken. But after I did it continuously, I was like, oh, what is this? And then my teacher, who, in my opinion,
Blessed Lord.
right, she was like, Valencia, you're doing exceptionally well in math. And I was like, huh? Me? Yeah, so it's been a great experience. It honestly, truly, absolutely works. And I'm not saying that because it's a program. It really absolutely helps people. If you feel like you're broken in math, you might not be broken in math when you do it. It'll help you. It'll help you. That's it.
Awesome. So that's the cure for the people who are broken in maths. So we got the people who are broken in math. ALEKS come to wreck. We wrecking the math issues. Listen, this is going to get good. Now, and let me tell you what's so beautiful about it. Because we have, let me get a couple of my persons. Where's my person who got to be? And because you know you can't escape. I know he told me I don't like to talk, but I'm going to put him on the spot. Come by the mic for me. Tell us your name. Because this story, you understand, when you go headline, and when we go on JCN headline, this is what you want to hear on headlines. I'm wrecking math. I used to be broken in math, and now I am whole because I've invested in math. I used to be F's in math. I be knocking them F's. I be just like F'ing them things, and just multiple F's. But here I am now. Boom! Tell us your name.
My name is Duran Rule.
Say it loud for us.
My name is Duran Rule.
Duran Roll. Duran, tell us about your experience. How much time did you spend on ALEKS to actually achieve that? And how did it relate your schoolwork, your ALEKS? Tell us about it.
Like, I used to use ALEKS twice a day. And it was fun for me. I was enjoying it. I was learning more things that I didn't understand. And
Twice a day?
yeah,
Every day?
yes.
Twice a day? Every day? Now, let's take us back, and you help me. Remember what we said? Powell helped me. What did we say about artificial intelligence? The more you
use it, the better it works for
no,
you.
No, say it louder.
The more you use it, the better it works for
No,
you.
you ain't say, Powell, you don't sound like you ain't excited. Say it loud. What
Say it
happened?
loud and I'm bragging and proud. Okay.
Hello, say it
Hello.
like you from the Caribbean.
The more you use it, the better it works for you. It's adapting to you, not to her, not to him, but to you. And that is why you're enjoying the process so much. It's not frustrating you. That's why I find it so exciting. That is why, for example, it's motivating you. That's why it feels so good when you're doing it. Because you're feeling like, hear what, this is something that is not for anybody else, it's for me. And that is what we love about the program. That it makes you feel special. I hear everyone saying that, like, that motivation, that push. We all need motivation. We all need that push. And so many of us, for example, when you're in classes, you're afraid to put your hands up because you're afraid to be humiliated or you're afraid to, but you have that private space, you and ALEKS. I'm really impressed.
I'm excited. Twice a day for how long?
For like an hour.
Twice a day for like an hour, every day. Now, how many persons, tell me your schedule, anybody else. Tell me, what is it, once, twice, once a day, 3 hours a week? How many of you did the 3 hours a week? A minimum of 3 hours a week. Right, you minimum. But you really didn't get to it. Yeah, okay, so how many did less than 3 hours a week? Okay, let's be honest, right? Some of us did less than 3 hours a week. And I'm not going to ask you what your grade is. But let me tell you how it works. Let me tell you how it works. It's like exercising. If you purchase an expensive exercise machine, and it's in your bedroom, and you use it once a day or once a week, tell me how much muscles you're going to get. Tell me how you can fit in a bathing suit. It doesn't work. So twice a week, twice a day, every day a week will move you from a F to a B. He got a B. And I want you to say it. And how did you get a B? Through what?
ALEKS.
Through what?
ALEKS.
I can't hear you. Through what?
ALEKS.
Say it louder.
ALEKS.
Say it one more time.
ALEKS.
Reckon ALEKS. Through ALEKS. Give him another round of applause, please. I want to, somebody else was in, wanted to talk to me from Temple Christian. Who's that? I think it was a lady. Yeah, that's you? Okay, they come in. They come in. I want to hear from a female, but I want to hear from a student from post-high school. Post-high school. That's you. Post-high school, about her experience with ALEKS. Because, let me say to those persons here and those persons listening, it's from K through 12. Yep. And let me tell you the beauty. That means if you're using grade 3, like my Rekka, like my ALEKS Rekka is now in grade 5. Yes? Which means by the time he gets to BJC, he could take BGC SE. If he keeps wrecking, he's just going to go. Just next year, just go. And he answering all the questions now. They're going to have to put him in grade 9. Daddy, by the time he gets in grade 7, they have to put him in grade 9. He needs to go with the grade 9 students for math. Talk to me. Tell us your name. Tell us how ALEKS works.
Okay. My name is Ashley Wright. And, well, I could also give you a backstory. When I was I went to a government primary school, and I don't think that I really got that foundation that I needed. So when I went to high school, I went to SAC. And it was a struggle in grade 7. So some of the kids were more advanced, but I wasn't there. So I pretty much just kept falling back, because even with tutoring and the extra help, I still wasn't getting it. So that caused me to really dislike math. However, I was good with accounts, but just not good with regular maths.
Okay.
When I went to college, I went to COB at first, did math there. It was okay, but I still wasn't there. In high school, I was probably like a C- student in math, D+, kind of bad. In college, I actually got an A, but it still was a struggle. When I went to BTVI was when I was introduced to the ALEKS program, and pretty much it really helped me with everything. Questions that I didn't get, they had the help button at the bottom that explained to you how to do it. And if you didn't do it, the question would come back around. So I just kept working at it, and I was at the top of the class. I was advanced because you could work ahead of your program. So I was more advanced, and when we actually went to a new topic, I could have got the answer right away because of ALEKS.
Head of the class. A step ahead. Give her a round of applause. From a C to A. From a C to A. And so how would you encourage persons who, not in college yet, but scared of math, what would be your advice to them regarding ALEKS?
I would recommend them to use ALEKS. With me, when I first started, I was like, I probably still wouldn't get it. So I was the type of person only to like log on for probably 20 minutes, and then that wasn't really that much of a help. So I realized that the more time you spend on it, the more it help you. So it went from probably 20 minutes to 2 hours, 3 hours, and then sometimes I caught myself being on it all day when I had free time.
Wow. Addicted to ALEKS. Addicted to ALEKS. Wrecking ALEKS. Addicted to ALEKS. Breaking off. I think, give her another round of applause. This is phenomenal. Phenomenal. Somebody else wanted to give me that testimony. Good job. Good job. Oh, you're right there. Right there. Tell us your name.
Good afternoon. My name is Keandra Mender from Temple Christian High School. So when I was on ALEKS, when I first heard about it, I wasn't really excited on joining it because I was like, oh, this is probably just another thing, you know. I wasn't really keen on it. And then I used it, and I never went on it as much. Like, I went on it once a day, but not long, probably like 30 minutes, half an hour maybe. And I remember this one time, because in math I hate equations and angles. And I remember this one time I went and I keep skipping equation and angles, and every time when I go back it would be right there in the front of me. And every time I skip it, it would just come back. So I decided to do it, and then I did it, and it had the explanation there, so I understood it more clearly. And another thing I liked about it, like some teachers, the students they never would get it, and some teachers would get frustrated, and you know, they would get like angry at the student. And I liked, like, even though how much times I didn't get the answer, it wouldn't get frustrated. It just would let me think of it.
Whoa, whoa, no emotions. No emotions. Again and again and again and again. No emotions. But you know that's so powerful? That is so powerful because many students, Ben, you tell me, they don't ask questions. Talk to me.
No, they're very withdrawn when it comes to asking questions because they don't want to hear the word, well, that's not correct. It depends on how you approach the student when they're answering the question incorrectly. You might just coax them to ask a little bit more, you know, try to explain what they don't understand, and then you would be able to just convince them, well, this is the step. If you just follow the step, you have to do it until you get it right. You can't just put it down when you get it wrong. You have to do it until you get it right.
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, were you moving to go to the chair? Oh, okay.
Can I say something?
Yes.
There's one thing that we realized, and I'm glad you mentioned it, moving away from that particular thing that you're not good at to do something else, and it keeps pushing it in your face. One thing that we realize with students, all of us, we love to do the things that we're good at. And the things that we're not good at, we try to go avoid it or go around it. It's just like this. If you get an exam, and you know that, for example, there are 3 topics or there are 4 topics that will be on the exam, and you're good at 3 topics, you're only going to study those 3. You won't even try thinking about studying the 4th one. And sometimes the 4th one is the one that comes on the exam, and the others that you didn't want is not there.
Yes.
And it's very dangerous to basically live like that on the edge where you're just staying in your comfort zone. And that is why, but at the same time, coming out of your comfort zone is scary because then now you will be ridiculed or you might be, embarrassed. And that is the beautiful thing about the ALEKS program. That is like a friend that you need, someone who's going to be encouraging you and actually showing you, because the thing is, that's artificial intelligence working. The system knew that you were trying to run away from equations. And it was adamant that you have to do this to move on, because you know what? when we're talking about knowledge theory and the knowledge space, it knows that equation is going to be critical for you to do other topics.
Yes.
It's a prerequisite concept that you must get. But the thing is, and the system also knows that if you get this equation, then there are 4, 5, 6 different topics that you will now be able to do easily. And that is why when you basically deal with the core subjects, learning other things becomes easy. And that is why every time when students start out, they might do it for 20 minutes, 30 minutes. But once, for example, you start learning the core, because what ALEKS is doing is giving you the core things to work on. Once you get that, you realize, wait, I'm getting it. Oh, this is fun. That is why you end up spending 1 hour, 2 hours, doing it 3 times a day, doing it 4 times a day. And that is why students now say it becomes addictive. You know what's the magical thing about ALEKS? Mastering ALEKS means, therefore, you're also mastering your exams. That's the difference. A lot of times we get tests in class. We get the tests right, but when it comes to exam, we fail. How is it? I did all my homework. Why is it that I still fail? Because the traditional way of doing things does not necessarily secure that you have mastered anything. But with ALEKS, because it's a continuous process, learning. I remember, even though you got it, you did it, did you get equation questions after that? Exactly. It doesn't leave it there. So you're not just moving in one step. It is a cohesive, cognitive thing taking place that helps you to understand and learn better. I'm really, really proud of you guys. I want to say that.
I think you should give us a round of applause. Yeah, I think you should give us, I think you should stand and give us a round of applause. I think you really should stand and give us a round of applause. Okay, that round of applause is from the Caribbean.
Yes, it is. As well from the entire Latin America.
There you go, there you go. It's what we see ALEKS in action. It's ALEKS in action. It's the proof. We have not said anything about the international success.
No.
This is local, right here records. Records of ALEKS, right here. Persons that have success stories that we're going to send throughout the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. And I saw 2 hands, so I'm not gonna let those 2 hands go. So go right around the back and come to this chair so you can tell me what you want to say. Yeah, go right around. And I saw your hand up too, so yes. So go there, so when he moves, you could just slip inside that. Because it is critical. Parents, we heard from parents, we heard from teachers, we heard from principal, we heard from persons who worked a lot on ALEKS. We heard from persons who didn't do as long, but there was one common thing. Everybody succeeds. That's a number thing of me. That's a number slogan? That ain't me a number. Oh, okay, so I say everybody achieved. That's a different one. That's a different one. Everybody achieved. Once you log on and you stay consistent, it doesn't matter the length of time, you will improve. Awesome. Talk to me.
I just want to add something on to what I said.
Yes.
In our class, there was a boy named. Everybody would make fun of him because he wasn't smart.
Okay.
So, but that's the thing. If more people used it, we'd have more smart people.
Awesome. So you think we should invite? Sorry, go ahead.
And also, ALEKS, it can help you with other subjects too, because when you get into, just doing it every day and normally, you get into doing other subjects.
It helps you in other subjects as well.
Yeah, you could just dig in.
So you want I want you to tell all your friends, tell the parents of all your friends who can see you on TV. What you want to tell them? Tell the parents. Talk to the parents of all the parents who listening.
That they should really enroll their children in ALEKS, because it would help them very much with
Awesome. So that's from, okay, parents, they say you heard it from a child. You can't say no. You need somebody else to form this wrecking team. So we need everybody in the Bahamas on this wrecking team. Beautiful. That was well done. Go ahead.
And also, when somebody just throw a math problem at me, I can't help but grin.
Why?
I just love doing them normally all the time.
Oh, good. Because now it's easy. Was it always easy?
I did well in it. Yes, but that just made me better at it.
Oh, gosh. Woo. Super good. Super good. Super good. And we're...
Okay, I just told y'all, me and math don't link up or whatever. But after I have been using it for a while, you start to notice that things get easier. Regular stuff gets easier. So you might be learning a new topic. Let's say right now in my class we're doing algebraic fractions. Yeah, algebraic fractions. So if she gives an example for you to try, it like opens up your mind and gives you like you're more willing to try, as in whether in junior school when I didn't know about it at all, I was like, no, I can't do this. Why are you giving this to me? You know I can't do this. Let me just wait till she give me the answer because I can't do this. But when she puts the example on the board, then you're like, okay, let me try. Let me use what I already know and try. And
Awesome.
that'll help. I mean, you might not get it right, but it's still the
Desire to
the
try.
decision to try and do it, and you might get it right, and then you'll be like, huh? Yeah.
It's a confidence. It's confidence. And you know why you don't answer questions? Because you ain't sure and you maybe get it wrong. ALEKS gives you the confidence to let's go, let's try it. That is awesome. And so with all this we've heard here today with McGraw Hill ALEKS, and everybody knows about McGraw Hill. We grew up on McGraw Hill, right? I mean, you're a little younger than me, but we grew up on McGraw Hill texts. Yeah, everybody knows from everywhere, your whole school has McGraw Hill text. So it makes sense to me that if you have if you're using McGraw Hill books, help me, Lord, if you're using McGraw Hill books, maybe McGraw Hill ALEKS would be a good addition. You think? Just maybe try it. You may like it. And so my launch to today and to my corporate and partners and parents across the length and breadth of the Bahamas, from Grand Bahama to Inagua to Abaco, Andros, all the islands of the Bahamas, I said, let's go wreck ALEKS together. And I want to give you a promotional plan that I want you to take back. It's called Adopt a Class. So, you know, sometimes you ask corporate to adopt a school, but sometimes it's a little too much. But if you adopt a class, like we have this good cohort from Temple Christian, how did you work as a class? It was phenomenal because you got it right. I did their orientation. And when congratulations came on the screen, it was like, oh, okay, I got it, oh, I got it. And so the excitement and the energy from a class is contagious. And so when you come to class and you come back, what did you do, ALEKS? Did you do? And so they begin to share. So the expressions and the interaction and the involvement then becomes exciting. So it's not a lone person, because it works with the lone person, but it's another synergy that is developed when you do it as a class. So adopt a class. Say it for me. Adopt a class. So the next time you see anybody in your community, go by the, I'm going to get some flyers with Rec ALEKS on it. Adopt a class so that community persons, churches, and everywhere could actually contribute. And I want to call in this final segment the have a seat for me, the expert. This is a young man, a gentle man with technical skills that could set up your school, your church, your community, whatever it is. He can set up anything that you want. So he is going to tell us, right there, have a seat right there for me. He is going to tell us, because we said we need technology. So you talk to us about how easy it is to set up the technology that the schools who listen and who want to be a part of ALEKS could do.
Good
Tell us
day.
your name first.
Name is Van Rico Lewis, and looking at the program, and it's an awesome program. It's wonderful to be a part of, and yes, it is relatively easy to set up this infrastructure, this backbone. It does require a backbone simply because, you know, with awesome and taking into consideration what ALEKS is based on what I've you know been hearing. I understand that ALEKS is cloud-based platform that works almost anywhere apparently in the world, and it is used, it is artificial intelligence used on cloud-based infrastructure. And understanding that every user needs, of course, internet service.
Yes.
Because taking into consideration that with every system, there is system requirements.
Yes.
And system requirements in this aspect means from a technological standpoint. And from a technological standpoint, we understand that schools would need a consistent network, a network that is consistent and fast, because programs as such, like ALEKS itself, needs to have dedicated traffic. We call it in IT, dedicated traffic. Simply because, in past schools or schools, some schools now actually do have slower, I wish this mic wasn't so low. Some schools have slower backbones, and so a lot of the schools may not be able to support it comfortably. But schools like LW Young, for an example, have a gigabit backbone, all right? And that means that it has the required speed to support this type of technology so that students can now sit at a computer and go online with dedicated traffic and access ALEKS and all that ALEKS has to offer without or little to minimum or no interference from an internet's perspective. All right? Again, we can't stray away from system requirements, and trust me, it is very crucial that the schools do get on board with faster network speeds, because it's crucial. It is very crucial. I mean, at one point, well, the principal there, so at least I can say this small point, when we first made a visit at LW Young, they were on a Soho router. That's a small office, home office router. And the router, if you were to try to go on the internet, I mean, you would probably be there for hours. I could assure you, you wouldn't get ALEKS to work, all right? And so in their advancement, they are able to pull off and actually use different softwares and different things, especially like ALEKS, especially if it's internet-based, because a lot of different reasons. I mean, I could be here for hours explaining. We don't have that type of time, but I can be here for a very long time explaining how this whole entire process will actually work in terms of traffic.
But
because
if you give us if you tell us your email address, then that means everybody in here can write it down, and then we can take it back to the schools, and then everybody listening to you could get that email, and they can call you because that's the best person to get it set up. And let the principal, or they can reach Elle, right? They can reach Elle. They can call Elle, and they can actually connect. That is a young entrepreneur, Bahamian man, working on systems. Give him another round of applause. And so I say to you, the mission of the NEST Institute is to promote student achievement in mathematics by supporting teachers, by fostering system excellence, and equal access. Our vision is a Bahamas where every single student are enthused about math. And let the church say, everyone sees the value of math and the beauty of math, and let all the ALEKS records say, and is empowered by the opportunities that math provides. Our strategic priorities at the NEST Institute is access and equity, where all students have access to equal math support. Number 2, it's to promote strategic use of technology to advance math, reasoning, and problem solving. Number 3, to communicate to the public the value of math to parents, to community, and all educational stakeholders. And the 4th one is to provide opportunities to strengthen teaching, curriculum, and support for students across the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. And so I say to those persons who are listening to us today, don't delay. It is time to act. To delay is dangerous. We must act, and corporate, I invite you to join this October campaign. We are on an October campaign to adopt a class, one classroom, and what we'll actually do is when you adopt that classroom, every student in that class would get a t-shirt with their sponsor name on it. So we can publicize you. You could do one class if you like. You could do the whole class. You could do the whole LW Young School. Yeah, whole Temple Christian School. Yeah, y'all don't mind, right? Okay, so you could do one class or you could do all the classes. But it has been an absolute pleasure and an exciting time in the Bahamas. Math, I want you to repeat after me. Math for everyone, everywhere, anytime. Anytime. Help me again. Say it. Math for everyone. Math for everyone. Everywhere. Everywhere. Anytime. Anytime. Go. Put a rhythm in. Math for everyone. Everywhere. Anytime. One more time. I can't hear you. Math for everyone. Everywhere. Anytime. One more time. Math for everyone. Oh, I can't hear you. Everywhere. Anytime. Y'all on TV. I mean, yes. Math for everyone. Everywhere, anytime. Last time, give me all you got, because they're saying, we wrapping up. They say wrap up, so give me all you got. Math for everyone, everywhere, anytime. Give yourselves a round of applause. Woo-hoo! I want to say thank you to my guests up here. Give them a round of applause. Super fantastic. And to you are now the ambassadors for ALEKS. And so when I come to your schools, I'm going to set you off. And thank you very much, and have a super day. Thank you for watching the program Math Success for All. I'm Archeline O'Brien, inviting you to partner with us. Help us to help you, to help the children of our nation wreck math with ALEKS, McGraw-Hill ALEKS. To you, our parents and our alumni, our churches, we would love for you to adopt a class, sign a child up, your child or even a neighbor's child. Every child in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas deserves an opportunity to be successful at math. Here is your opportunity to adopt a school, sign up a child today. Special thanks to JCN Network, the Ministry of Education, Nest Institute, and for more information, don't hesitate to call us at 676-7029 or 456-0355, or you can reach us at email nestbahamas@gmail.com.